My name is Lowe. I'm a spirits educator for the Wset and master distiller at the Cambridge Distillery. We're here today in the City of London Distillery to talk about gin. It's a really exciting category at the moment which has seen a huge resurgence over the last 15 years or so. There's all sorts of distillers, from tiny bespoke craft distilleries through to the huge industrial names that you're familiar with and have been for the past several hundred years. When we talk about gin production, one of the things that you'll note is lacking from most gin distilleries is any kind of fermentation vessel. Here in gin production, what we're looking at is reflavouring a spirit. The most simple explanation would be that gin is a juniper flavoured vodka. So there's a difference here in the production of, say, brandy or whiskey. And I like to think of whiskey producers as being like sculptors. They start with the raw form of the alcohol that they ferment on site, and they chip away at it until what remains is the sculpture in the shape and the style that they're trying to achieve. When we make gin, we're more like painters. We start with a neutral backdrop. So what we start with as a raw material is ethanol. And to that ethanol, we then apply the colours, the painting, if you will. The botanicals that we use, the ingredients that we use to flavour that is the way that we make our expression of the style of gin that we're trying to create. The thing to remember with gin is that it's a predominantly juniper flavoured spirit. So the thing that we're interested in is how that juniper flavour gets there. Most of the time we'll start with a base alcohol, a base spirit, which is reflavoured. We do this by filling up a pot still, in most cases, with the base spirit and juniper cones. Juniper, of course, is the predominant flavour, but it's just one of many botanicals which are available to us. We also use citrus peels. That's what makes gin taste so refreshing and crisp, and also various roots and seeds and spices, each of which adds their own quality. This base spirit is then redistilled, meaning that we heat it up so that the vapour will travel through the swan's neck, then be collected after being condensed in the coil. The resultant spirit, therefore, will be predominantly juniper flavoured, and at that point we get to call it gin. Different subcategories within the gin category include Old Tom gin. There are also Navy strength gins that come in over 57% alcohol, as well as aged gins which are matured in oak barrels and indeed other vessels. Gin is most often consumed as part of a mixed drink, the most famous example being gin and tonic. This evolved as a medicinal drink, tonic water being there to prevent malaria, and the lemon or lime that we use to garnish it to prevent scurvy. The different flavour elements within gin, the base notes, the heart notes and the top notes, make it wonderfully versatile for mixing. Personally, I enjoy drinking my gins in martinis. It's one of the world's most famous cocktails and really allows the gin to sing. If you'd like to find out more about gin and the other spirit categories, you should visit the Wine and Spirits Education Trust website, wsetglobal.com, and investigate the qualifications that they have available.